This week's episode talks about the new Netflix film War Machine. If you haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert. Imagine this: a giant alien robot crashes onto Earth. Bullets bounce off its armour, explosives barely slow it down. It hunts soldiers one by one like a robot predator. And yet, in the new Netflix film War Machine, a group of stranded soldiers manage to destroy it. But here's the real question: could that actually happen in real life? Today we're going to break down the real science of the film War Machine, and the one weakness that might actually destroy a machine like this. Welcome to the Real Science of Sci-Fi, the channel where I take your favourite sci-fi ideas and see if they could exist in the real world. In this episode, we're going to examine the newly released Netflix film War Machine, starring Alan Ritchson. In this excellent new sci-fi, an asteroid breaks apart above Earth. But it's not an asteroid. Inside are alien invasion pods. One of those pods lands near a group of army rangers on a training mission and unfolds into a terrifying mechanical hunter. The machine is seemingly designed for one thing: hunting and killing humans. It can track targets, survive massive damage, pursue enemies relentlessly, and almost everything the soldiers try fails. Which raises an important question: could a robot like this actually exist? Well, surprisingly, the answer is yes, at least partially. Modern militaries are already experimenting with autonomous combat systems. We already have things like drone swarms, robotic reconnaissance vehicles, and autonomous target systems. In fact, the Pentagon has been openly discussing AI-assisted warfare for years. But the War Machine robot takes this to a much more extreme level. It's basically a fully autonomous battlefield hunter. The robot in the film is almost impossible to destroy. And that's actually quite realistic. If you wanted to design the ultimate battlefield robot, you would give it three things. First, you'd give it heavy armour. Modern tanks use composite armour designed to stop kinetic rounds and explosives. Now imagine a similar armour, but made from advanced alien materials. Small arms fire would be useless. Second, you would give it autonomous targeting. AI systems can already track moving objects far faster than humans. If you then combine that with sensors like infrared, radar, LiDAR, the machine could then detect soldiers even in total darkness or through smoke. And thirdly, you would give the machine relentless endurance. Human soldiers get tired, robots do not. A machine hunter could theoretically operate for days or even weeks without stopping, which is why the Rangers in the film quickly realise they can't fight this thing directly. Eventually, one of the soldiers notices something strange. The machine has vents, cooling vents. And this is where the film actually gets something very right, because the biggest enemy of powerful machines isn't bullets, it's heat. Every powerful system produces waste heat. Your phone does, your computer does. Even modern fighter jets struggle with heat management. Now imagine a robot running powerful motors, sensors, AI processors, weapon systems, all at once. The heat output would be enormous, which means the machine would need some kind of thermal management system. It would probably need radiators, cooling vents, heat sinks. Without them, the robot would literally cook itself from the inside. And that is exactly what 81 exploits in the film. In the final battle, the surviving soldier 81 lures the machine into a quarry. Instead of trying to destroy the robot directly, he attacks its cooling system. Using heavy machinery, he traps the robot beneath a conveyor belt dumping rocks and gravel. The debris blocks the cooling vents. Heat builds up, the machine overheats, and eventually it explodes. This is actually a clever piece of sci-fi logic, because even the most powerful machines still have to obey one brutal rule of physics. You cannot ignore thermodynamics. So, could this strategy really destroy a super alien robot? Possibly. Thermal overload is a real engineering vulnerability. Even the most advanced systems have thermal limits. If cooling fails, the electronics melt, the batteries fail, structural materials weaken, and catastrophic failure becomes a very real possibility. However, a real alien war machine would probably include some sort of redundant cooling systems, meaning it may take a little more than gravel to stop it. But the core idea, that part is actually very scientifically believable. The most interesting part of the film is the final twist. The soldiers destroy the war machine, but it's just one unit. The asteroid contained thousands of them, meaning the machine they defeated was basically a scout, and the Earth was being swarmed by thousands of these machines. Which raises a terrifying question. If an alien civilization ever built an autonomous war machine, would humans actually stand a chance?